Okay, the next thing I need to do is I need to make babies. So the Gigas are able to make clones. When I click on the button, they're able to get old, they're able to die. What I need to do now is I need to make some babies. So I'm going to start moving some of this stuff away. This stuff is good to go. This stuff is fine. All right, so now I'm going to go magnify this out again. Sorry, this way. And we're going to make some babies. Yay! All right, so when I start as a clone, I'm going to wait a certain amount of time. So when I start as a clone, I'm going to wait until, so that's under controls. I'm going to say that you have to be 75% of your longevity in order to have babies. So you have to be at least 75% of your longevity. So, or maybe we should just say that's a new variable, which is age of parenthood. Yeah, let's make a new variable, and then we can change that. So we'll make a new variable, which is, this is going to be for all clones, age of Giga parenthood. So you get to decide how old they need to be before they have kids. So I'm going to set age of Giga parenthood to 6. Okay. And now I'm going to say wait until my age equals the age of Giga parenthood. So my Giga age equals the age of Giga parenthood. So that's under variables. Age of Giga parenthood, which is right here. So when those things are equal, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have kids. How many kids am I going to have? Well, I'm going to repeat how many kids I should have. So let's go ahead and make a new variable. So these are the reason I'm making all these variables is we can change everything here so easily. So I'm going to say new variable Giga kid limit. So this is how many kids they can have. It's for all sprites. And I'm going to set Giga kid limit to 3. So I'm going to say that when they start, they can have, or they can always have 3 kids. Giga kid limit 3. Although the world would become very populated if everyone decided to have 3 kids, by the way. Oh well. Okay, so repeat Giga kid limit. Giga kid limit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a clone of myself. And that's under control. Create a clone of myself. So what this will do is it will make 3 kids. And it's only going to happen once. So because if your age is equal, when I start as a clone, it's going to wait until it's equal. Then once it's equal, it's going to do these things, and it won't do it again because it's already done it once, because you only do this once when you start as a clone. So let's go ahead and see if they can have kids. But you know what else they can do? They can say, I'm a parent. That'll be kind of fun. So let's go to looks, say, I am a parent. Actually, let's say it for a certain amount of time. Say, I am a parent. For half a second. Create a clone of myself. All right, let's see what happens. Hopefully it'll work. So here we go. I'm a parent, I'm a parent, I'm a parent. And this guy still hopefully can die of old age. Yes, it works. Oh my goodness. So now let's go ahead and get rid of some of the variables that we've got, because I think our product is basically done. So we don't need total giga count. Yes, we do. We don't need total apple count. Yes, we do. We don't need giga kid limit. We don't need this. So we only have two things. And we can see how many gigas we have. Oh my gosh, there are a lot of gigas. Now this is where it gets really interesting, because you can start to make changes to your model to see how many gigas you can support. It looks like, wait a second, why is the total giga count so low? Oh, I know why. Because where I put the giga counting is here. Definitely should not be here, because this is the only time you get this is when this sprite is clicked. The total giga count needs to be linked to the gigas. So when I start as a clone, let's see, go here, find this. So anywhere we start as a clone, we need to change the giga count number. So we just need to do this once. When I start as a clone, boom. Okay, giga count number goes up by 1. All right, so let's see how many gigas we have. Shoot, giga count number needs to start at 0. So we've got to go back, and we need to set giga count number to 0. Set giga count number, total giga count to 0. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, we're at 0. Now let's see how many we have. 1. And will this person have children? Yep, it's a parent. Now it has 3. Or now we have 3, or 4 actually. Down to 3. So we're going to get some exponential growth here. We're up to 7. $11, $12. Okay, boy, we've got a lot of gigas. Up to 24 gigas. So notice that the gigas don't go extinct, right? So if we wanted to make the gigas go extinct, we would probably need to change. This system here looks like it can support around, well, this is as high as 100 gigas. Yep, so the maximum that I saw was about 150, back down to 140. So now that we have this system in place, we can actually change a lot of variables. So for example, what would happen if the speed went from 3 to 1? Okay, let's do the same experiment, see what happens. So we have our 10 apples. We launched our 1 giga. And oh, it said I was a parent, but it went extinct before it became a parent. It didn't make it. Okay, so tried to become a parent, but it didn't make it. So it starved to death first. Okay, so lifespan is 10, giga energy, age of giga parenthood. Let's make this a little bit bigger. 7. Let's make our apple count bigger. So instead of having 10 apples, let's change it to 20 apples. See what happens. Okay, now we have 20 apples. I don't think this person's going to make it. Starve to death. This person's not going to hit an apple. Starving. Okay. Phew, this person hit an apple, so at least we'll have some children. Now let's see what happens. Are we going to make it? So we have a count of 4. Do you think we'll ever get up to 140? It certainly is growing a lot slower. So what I'm hoping you can realize is that modeling is incredibly sensitive to the variables you use. So if you want to change the results of your model, you change the variables. I mean, one of the criticisms of people modeling global warming is that they say, well, they chose the wrong variables. And you can see how sensitive any given model is to the assumptions you make. We just changed a couple of assumptions, and now we have far fewer gigas. Although now we're creeping up into the 50s, but I don't think we're ever going to get up to 150 or 160 as we were before, simply by changing how fast they move. They no longer move as fast, they can't eat as many apples, and our biological system is a lot different. So make sure you have some chance to explore and play with the model, changing as many variables as you can, or just seeing what it looks like if you have more apples, fewer apples, whatever else you want to experiment with.